Hello and welcome to the Virtual Network Management screencast. In this screencast, we will walk through the process of creating two different virtual networks, first with the driver type VXLAN and the second with the driver type Bridge, adding an additional address space and then verifying that both networks are working as expected. OpenNebula supports various virtual network standards, Bridge, .1q, VXLAN, and the integration with OVS. OpenNebula contextualization package is going to handle all the virtual network card configuration, so no human interaction is needed in order to set up the static IP. Settings such as the gateway, DNS, netmask, IP address, and much more are defined at the virtual network level and are propagated down to the virtual machine's virtual network card. Address groups are disjointed, not necessarily sequential, and can be of the following types: IPv4, IPv6, or MAC address. In the scope of this demonstration, I'm going to configure two networks. One of the type VXLAN EVPN, it is going to be routable so the virtual machines can reach each other while being located on separate hosts, and another one is isolated with traffic being kept on the host. Virtual network management is located under the network's virtual networks. Press the create button and then name the network. I'm going to name it as private. Select the driver that corresponds to the type of the virtual network you would like to have. For a private network, I'm picking the VXLAN driver. Physical device is mandatory for the VXLAN driver type. In my case, it is ENS2. In the scope of this demonstration, I don't care about the VLAN ID and will toggle the automatic VLAN ID switch. The VXLAN mode is set to EVPN. A network must have an address range. The range can be of a type IPv4, IPv6, V4 and V6 combined, or Ethernet. The latter means that the virtual machine's virtual network card is going to have the MAC address assigned and that the IP settings must be configured manually or using DHCP. Set the first IP, in this case it's 192.168.102, and then define the size of this network. This range is going to have 10 IP addresses. Note that this is not necessary to add your ranges in a single network. Address range pools can be disjointed, for example, if you need to skip a few. Also, it's worth mentioning that address ranges can be configured later. Depending on the exposure of this network, you can configure additional settings such as DNS, gateway, network mask, and IP address acquisition method, for example DHCP, or manual input, or using the IPs defined under the address tab. Because of the additional payload that the package needs to carry out, MTU of the virtual machine's virtual network card must be lowered. I'm going to reduce it to 1450. Now press the finish button to save and return back to the virtual network screen. Now let's add an additional address range. Select the network you want to modify and then navigate to the Address tab. Press the Address Range button and then add another range. Once configured, press the Accept button. Press the Create button once again and follow the same procedure. However, this time driver is set to Bridge. Toggle the switch that states to use private host networking or a user-defined bridge. This will ensure that the traffic is going to remain on the host, or alternatively may be routed and managed using other tools. In this case, no physical device is needed. Follow the same approach as with the previous network and then press the Finish button. Now let's verify that the virtual machines that are using the VXLAN EVPN networking can communicate with each other while being deployed on two different hosts. Navigate to Instances, VMs, and press the Create button. Select the virtual machine template you want to perform tests with and name the batch. I'm going to start exactly two virtual machines to make sure that these are going to be deployed on two different hosts. Navigate to the Network tab, press the Attach NIC button and go to Select a network. Select the routable network and proceed to finish the network card attaching. Wait until the virtual machines are up and running. Make sure that these two were deployed on two different hosts. Press the VNC button and log in into the virtual machine. Verify the IP address settings and then ping the other host. As seen in the output, the second virtual machine is reachable via ping. Now let's test the isolated virtual network. Instantiate two virtual machines once again. This time when selecting a network, select the network with the host-only setting toggled. Wait until both virtual machines are running and make sure that they are located on two different hosts. Connect to the one of them using the VNC protocol. Log in and run the IPA command to verify the IP address settings. Use the ping command to test the connectivity between both hosts. As seen in the output, the host is not reachable via ping. To make it reachable, let's migrate the virtual machine you're trying to ping. Select the virtual machine that you want to migrate. From the VM Actions drop-down menu, select the Migrate option. Now when both virtual machines are located on the same host, switch back to the VNC console. Execute the ping command once again. As seen in the output, the pings are now successful. And this concludes the screencast on virtual network management. In this screencast, we've configured two different virtual networks with two distinct network drivers and completely different purposes. Thank you for watching and see you in the next screencast.